So I have decided to give painting my own backdrop a try. Hey guys, Vanessa here. Welcome to my channel. I'm a self-portrait artist and I like to share basically anything creative photography related. So today I am going over a DIY painted backdrop with you guys, and this is the first time that I've tried to do it a long time ago, but I didn't put a good effort in and I didn't really know what I was doing. This is the first time I'm actually really giving it a good try. So sharing with you guys everything that I'm learning as I go, the process that I went through to try and paint my own backdrop. And the first thing that I did is I went to Walmart and I picked up a drop cloth that usually painters use to protect things from paint, and this is going to be my backdrop. The other thing I did was I bought, and I didn't even buy it from Walmart, I went to the dollar store because I'm even cheaper than that. I bought a roller and a tray and a paintbrush from the dollar store, and then I got the paint from Walmart. Walmart only had like chalk paint, so this brand, this Rust-Oleum chalked ultra matte paint in blush pink, and then a gray as well. And my choices were very limited because I'm doing this during like the quarantine, so lots of things were closed down, and so Walmart didn't have like the one here anyways doesn't have like a full paint section. I don't know if they do in general anymore. So they just had some spray paint and then a couple different colors of that chalk paint. So I just picked what they had. I didn't know if it was gonna work or not. So far I really like it. I like that it's a matte paint and I like the texture that it's giving. So far so good on that. The drop cloth that I bought was quite long. It was longer than I needed, so I actually cut it in half, and I'm only using half of it. And it's going to be a fairly small backdrop, and that's okay. I probably will only be using it with one person anyways, most likely myself, since I mostly do self-portraits. The size depends on you, and this is what works fine for me, and I have another half in case I wanted to do more colors in the future when I can get to a store that has more colors. I'm doing the same thing that I do when I paint like my little canvas boards, and that's just a lot of watery layers. There's a couple of issues that I have come up against, and that is that my carport is not enclosed, so the wind blows lots of like gravel and like pine needles and little thingies all over, so they're mostly just getting painted in, and I try to pick them off where I can, but mostly they're still stuck. So my advice is, if you have an actual garage or an indoor area, definitely do that, because even though I also checked the weather, it's rained a couple times. So far, not so much that it has like come into the carport and like actually done anything, but it made me nervous. So what I've got here is basically just like super watered down gray, and I'm hoping that it will be just kind of like a wash and not completely cover up all that I've got going on here, but just kind of blend it better, because I want it to be more subtle and not quite as splotchy. So very, very watered down, as you can see. Okay, so for the gray wash, I used a roller to try and get a broader kind of stroke to also help with the splotchiness. And it was quite watered down, so it doesn't really look like it did a whole lot, but it's hard to tell exactly what it's done until it dries. So I'm going to leave it, and if I need to come back and do another wash over top, then I can do another wash over top. I would rather do too little at a time than too much and really like cake it on. Day 3 of painting this background, and I am done. I did one more wash over top this morning, and it's been sitting for a little while. It's just slightly damp, but I really like how it looks. It's subtle, but it's still got some pink in there, and the texture is amazing. So I actually think that I'm going to pull my backdrop stand outside into my backyard and set this up and do a couple shots just to test it out. I'm really excited to see what it looks like. Thank you so much for checking out my video about DIY backdrops for photos. If you guys make one, I would love to hear your experience, so please comment down below. Let me know how it goes for you, or if you've ever made one previously, if you have any tips or tricks that you know of that you would like to share with anybody else watching this video. People do read the comments, so any extra information that you want to share is always encouraged and very appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell if you want to know as soon as I release a new video. And if you haven't already seen the video that I have about painting backdrops that are on small canvases, I recommend you check that out, because that's really where I got the idea for just doing it on a larger scale. And so my small ones are for composites. This one I can use in real life. They're both very handy, but the small ones are good if you don't have space or time and energy to spend 3 days painting a whole canvas.